Northern Colorado, this is Kilo Zero, Lima Alpha Oscar, K0LAO. Welcome to the Colorado Amateur Radio Emergency Services Region 3, District 2 Net. Our district consists of Larimer and Weld County. K0DDZ, am I coming through? This is K0LAO.
Node 1275, timeout.
W0DDZ Luan, you are making it over the top.
Oh, Lima Alpha Oscar.
W0DDZ Luan, you are making it over the top of the open mic.
Thank you very much, Dave, for that feedback. So I will continue with the net. This net meets each Thursday evening on the 447.275 repeater, courtesy of Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. All stations with 70 center privileges are invited to check in. All announcements about amateur radio-related activities, including club events and meetings, are welcome. This is a directed net, and all traffic will go through net control station. This is Lima Alpha Oscar, here, let's try it again. Kilo Zero Lima Alpha Oscar. My name is Luann, and I am located in Loveland. I will be your net control station for this evening. Is there any emergency or priority traffic before we begin? Is there any formal NTS traffic for the net? When checking into the net, please give your call sign using the standard ITU phonetics, followed by your name and then location. Stations with traffic for the net should indicate so during their check-ins. I will start now by taking check-ins from stations using battery or emergency power by call suffixes. Stations using battery or emergency power with call suffixes alpha through Mike, please check in.
This is Kilo Echo Zero, Lima Charlie Kilo, KE0 LCK, the other mic from Windsor with an announcement.
This is Kilo Echo Zero Romeo X-Ray Foxtrot Randy in Fort Collins.
Alpha Charlie Zero, Alpha Sierra, Levi and Severance.
Levi, can you come back with the last part of your call sign? I lost it in the scratch.
That is Alpha Charlie Zero, Alpha Sierra.
Thank you, Levi. I would like to take a break to acknowledge KE0LCK, KE0RXF, I did not catch the BB call sign, but also AC0AS.
W0DDZ with a fill.
Go ahead, Dave.
That was K5BBC fill.
Node 1275. Timeout.
One more time for battery or emergency power, call suffixes alpha through Mike. That was pretty staticky. Can you come again, or could I ask for a relay? I will now take check-ins from stations using battery or emergency power. Call suffixes Alpha through Zulu.
This is Kilo Charlie 0 Zulu India Echo. Darren, Fort Collins.
Kilo Echo 0, Romeo Victor Yankee, Shane, Whatnot.
Kilo Delta 0, Kilo Sierra Papa, Mark and Loveland.
I would like to, the Romeo Victor Yankee, can you come back?
KE0 RVY.
And I think it was Kilo Delta 0 Sierra. Can you also come back to me?
Here it is, Kilo Delta 0, Kilo Sierra Papa, Mark in Loveland.
Thank you. I'd like to take a quick break to recognize KC0ZIE, KE0RBY, I believe, and KD0 KSP. One more time for emergency and battery power, Alpha through Zulu.
Alpha Echo 0 Bravo Victor, Sherman and Loveland.
Kilo 0 Uniform Yankee Echo, Charles, Fort Collins.
Can the station with Alpha Echo 0 come back to me?
Alpha Echo 0 Bravo Victor, Sherman and Loveland.
Thank you, Sherman. And I also have K0UYE.
Kilo 0 Uniform Yankee Echo, Charles, Fort Collins.
Now I would like to take all stations Alpha through Mike.
Good evening, Luann in the net. This is Whiskey 0 Delta Delta Zulu. Dave in Greeley. I do have traffic for the net.
Node 1275. Timeout.
This is Kilo 0 Alpha Bravo Kilo Alec in Greeley.
This is Kilo 5, Kilo Tango Lima, guest in Fort Collins.
I would like to acknowledge W0DDZ, KE0ABK, K5KPL. One more time, all stations, all powers.
This is Whiskey Bravo 0, India, X-Ray Victor, WB0IXV, Dave, Estes Park Med Center.
November, Echo, Mary, Park.
Good evening. Here is Kilo 0, Juliet, Echo, Foxtrot, Jeff, south of Cheyenne. No traffic.
Can the Estes Park station come back to me? I couldn't pull you out of the static.
November, Echo, W9I, Angeles, Larry, Alpha Roger, Roger, Yoke, and Park.
I would like to acknowledge WD0IXV, K0JEF, W9INE. One more call for, this is, I should call myself, this is Kilo 0, Lima Alpha Oscar. One more call for check-in.
This is Whiskey 0, Delta Alpha Bravo, Dave, Estes Park.
Kilo Golf 6, Uniform Delta Tango, Edinburgh.
This is Kilo 6, Oscar Golf, K6OG, David, Estes Park Med Center.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 5, Zulu, Foxtrot, Mark from Round Rock, Texas, currently visiting Fort Collins, KOA, and I have traffic for the net.
This is Kilo Delta 0, Romeo, India, Lima, Bob, Estes Park Medical Center.
I'd like to take a break to acknowledge W0DAB, KG6UTG. Ed, did I get your call right?
Uniform Delta Tango.
Node 1275. Timeout.
Thank you, Ed. I was a little dyslexic on that one. Also would like to acknowledge K6OG, KF5ZFF, and KD0RIL. This is Kilo 0, Lima Alpha Oscar with the ARES Region 3 District 2 net. We will now move on to net business. KE0LCK, you had an announcement?
This is Kilo Echo 0, Lima Charlie Kilo. Thank you, Luann, for doing the net. Yeah, I have two parts. I didn't hear Steve check in, so I'll do another one. The Skywarn net was active 3 times this month, and it was all in the last week. I don't know if anybody knows, but we were up last night as a standby net, briefly as an active net, but it went standby very quickly. nonetheless, we had 3 incidences during the month of May. Second thing is, on June 30th, we will be having our next quarterly meeting at the Police Services Building in Fort Collins. It begins at 9 o'clock in the morning. If there's any questions, please direct them towards me now, or just meet me there at the Police Services Building. Back to Net.
Thank you, Mike, for that. Now we'll move on to W0DDZ with your announcement.
Good evening to the net, and thanks for taking it, Luann. This is Whiskey Zero Delta Delta Zulu. I am just wanting to touch base with everybody who has done any trainings this month at your served agency. If you've done trainings at your served agency, please make sure to get your net reports back to me as soon as you can. Thank you very much for that. I also wanted to just briefly mention our field day is coming up. That's going to be at the Nunn Water Tower on the 23rd, the weekend of the 23rd. So if you are wanting to get into HF or wanting to participate in that, please get in touch with us or just come meet us out there. Thanks again. Whiskey Zero Delta Delta Zulu.
And last but not least, KF5ZFF.
Yes, Luann, as net control, I wanted to ask you a question on how I should proceed. I've got about a 5-minute overview of what the Cisco Tactical Operations Disaster Incident Response Team does and how it serves communities and how this group could tie into it. Would you rather me do that as a different part of the net?
This is during net business. This will be just fine. Go right ahead.
Alrighty. I'm having to put together just one little piece of my notes so that it's easier to talk. Good evening. Tonight, by the way, this is Mark Lehman, KF5ZFF from Round Rock, Texas, and I am a... The Disaster Incident Response Teams are part of Cisco Systems Technical Operations Group, and it exists to aid the community in times of emergency, especially when communications have been disabled and there are no other means to communicate other than RF communication or satellite communication. You can follow along with me if you wish, or reference this later by simply doing an internet search on Cisco Tactical Operations and DIRT. The first link should give you the Cisco Tactical Operations link. What Tactical Operations does with its DIRT volunteers is we support rescue efforts to quickly deploy networks to relief agencies, save lives, and speed recovery to communications. We help served agencies create solution sets. We know what network-based technologies can accomplish the most in an emergency. We design emergency kits. We develop everything from mobile command vehicles to portable communication kits. And we promote agency communication. We work to foster cooperation between private and public sector organizations. There are 3 main groups that we support, and that is public safety, the emergency needs of first responders and humanitarian organizations, then followed by continuity of government, technology that helps governments continue to respond to a crisis, and also for critical infrastructure. We help hospitals, utilities, and other essential services that the communities depend on. Here's a short example of what we did in one challenge. The challenge was, in 2012, during the most destructive fire in Colorado's history, responding agencies were trying to coordinate firefighting efforts, issue evacuation orders, and provide emergency medical services. What our group did, the TAC Ops team set up a reliable network for hundreds of personnel that became the cornerstone of relief efforts, timely evacuations of 32,000 residents, and possibly save lives. That's just the little description of what we did. If you want, you can read more on our website. Again, this is KF5ZFF doing a brief overview of the Cisco Tactical Operations Disaster Incident Response Team volunteer groups. So there are basically two components, TAC Ops and DIRT. DIRT are the volunteers. TAC Ops are the few people that are paid full-time to build equipment, to organize teams, and to organize relief efforts and talk with incident command structures essentially around the world. We build network emergency response vehicles known as NERVs, and the Cisco NERV, which is looks like an 18-wheeler truck, except it's small enough for a person that doesn't have a commercial driver's license to drive, and it is a command and communications resource for first responders and agencies that require mission-critical networking to recover normal operations during a disaster. We also have emergency communication units. This is a trailer that contains rapidly deployable and highly secure networks, radios, and collaboration technologies. It's designed to fit into a C-17 cargo aircraft. Also, this is the primary unit that I work on in Austin, Texas at the Cisco Austin offices. Then we have three other major pieces of communication equipment. We have an emergency communication kit. This is a communications kit is designed to quickly, securely, and reliably establish voice and data communications in austere environments, followed by a rapid response kit. This kit is designed for emergency responders, assessment teams, and others who require highly portable, lightweight, power-efficient, and a secure network. And these can be shipped on an airplane in overhead cargo. And then we also have a phone kit, and the phone kit is based on a telephony system solution designed to provide additional IP phones and quickly expand voice services beyond the initial capacity of TAC Ops and other portable emergency communications kits or more platforms. So essentially we have trucks we can send out, trailers that we can send out, and three varieties of large, small, and medium-sized communication kits that can go anywhere from a fire zone to a medically quarantined zone or even to a war zone. And several of these have. Most recently deployed for hurricanes, went out to Puerto Rico, and also about a year and a half ago for Syrian refugees who were evacuating their native lands and going towards safety. Now the cost of these is $0 for anyone who uses them. Cisco pays the entire bill for this, does not expect anything in return from the community that they serve, and will work with anyone who is part of a emergency organization. All you have to do is call the phone number at the link that I mentioned if you just search on Cisco Tactical Operations and DIRT. One of the first things on the list is contact us, and there is someone monitoring that 24/7. And just a personal note that's outside of this presentation, and this is the last part, we have far more capability than I've mentioned. Our people are trained in NIMS and ICS, as well as pretty much everybody in the group is either a general or an extra ham radio operator. And we have additional equipment that we don't publish, but we have capabilities to trunk phone lines to commercial radios, to
Node
airline,
1, 2,
airline
7,
radios,
5,
to aircraft
time
radios.
out.
Hold there. This is K0J. Yeah, if we missed the last 45 seconds of your transmission, the node that you're connected through timed out. So if you could go ahead and repeat either the last 45 seconds or switch to 447.275 as your repeater with a 100 hertz tone, you should be able to broadcast through it directly.
Thank you. I will repeat the last minute. And essentially that was, from a practical standpoint, all of our members, at least the ones that I work with, are either general or extra ham licensees. We do a lot of things besides radio. In fact, ham radio is the last used technology because so many people in the emergency field don't have the certifications and the license for ham. However, we have equipment to trunk many different kinds of radio frequencies. We can connect telephones to conference centers, to commercial radios, to airline radios, airband radios, and a variety of other frequencies. And we can also set up multiple trunks so that there is for example, a command and a tactical group. And we can also ensure that people on ham bands all stay legal by trunking them to a different band than the people talking on the commercial radios. So we don't advertise that. It's not quite 100% ready, but those are some fun things that the amateur radio operators love to see in our vehicles. And again, thank you for letting me talk. If anyone wants to see this in action, we have plenty of videos online. Again, this is a volunteer organization, and Cisco does not charge any of the served agencies or any of the groups that we serve. This is 100% on Cisco's dime, and we don't expect a penny back for any of this. It's just something we do for others. This has been Mark Lehman, KF5ZFF from Round Rock, Texas, and operating out of the Campground of America at Fort Collins. Back to net, KF5ZFF.
This is Kilo Zero, Lima Alpha Oscar. Thank you, Mark. That was really, really informative and really good information. At this point, I would like to see if we have any late check-ins. All stations, all suffixes, please call now.
This is Kilo Delta Zero, Uniform Juliet Kilo, Stephen Nunn, with one announcement.
Do we have any more late check-ins?
KC0SUN.
At this point, I would like to acknowledge KB0UJK and KC0SUN. Steve, go ahead with your announcement.
Yeah, this K0UJK in reference to Field Day, which Dave already announced. I want to make an announcement about Field Day because I've been hearing some rumors that people have been talking about what cooking things they can use to do out there. Now, people that have been there know that we're in the middle of a field, okay? So no charcoal or no wood-type burning implementations are
Node 1, 2,
desired
7,
out there.
5,
If you have a gas grill,
This is KC0SUN. Just so you know, we missed the end of that because the node timed out.
KD0UJK. Please come back with about the last half of your announcement. You were explaining that the field is really dry and we need to be careful on what kinds of fuels are used for cooking.
Okay, it's KD0UJK again. Yeah, do not use anything like charcoal or wood burning out there. It's strictly gas burning and above the ground because you're in a field and the field is starting to get pretty dry and we get a lot of winds out here. So just use your common sense and don't use anything that can spread.
This is KC0SUN. I don't know if anyone else can hear that there's a station coming in probably through one of the connectors that's got the button held down.
Yes, it's been happening throughout the net. So we've put that on alert. So is there any more late or missed business for the net?
November 0, Whiskey, Alpha, Romeo, Aaron, Loveland, late check-in. Thank you.
Good to hear you, Aaron. Have you on the books. One more time, are there any more late check-ins or any missed business for the net? This is Kilo 0 Lima Alpha Oscar. I would like to thank each station for checking in and the NCARC for the use of their repeater this evening. All stations with appropriate privileges are invited to participate in the following nets. The statewide ARES HF net on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on a frequency of 3.81 megahertz. Also, the statewide ARES VHF net on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 145.310 repeater using a tone of 88.5 hertz. Tonight we had 24 check-ins. The duration of the net was 33 minutes, and we had 5 announcements. This meeting will meet again next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. local, 73, and good evening. The repeater is now open for normal use. This is Kilo 0, Lima Alpha Oscar.
This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.